Hey guys, it's Steven. Got a Bytes chart update, and we left off on the 28th, which is 3 days ago now. And we left off at about a price of $11.66. And we didn't have this dip lower yet, but I mentioned, we could be coming down and testing this first support here. But as you can see, we did not come down and completely test that, but we did come down and test this $10 level a few times here. So just to kind of point this out, although these pivot charts are nice and they could be good indicators, they're really just more measurements. And what do I mean by that? So we have a $9 support here, and we have a central pivot of about 13. We'll just call it $14 for good math. The move from $9 to $14 is a 55% return. You need a 55% gain just to get to this $14 level here. So like I said, this is more of just used for measurement. So although you could have waited to take this, anybody that took this risk here where they bought at $10, well, from $10 to $14, that's a 40% upside. You see what I'm doing here? So I'm using this central pivot as a reference to what I want to target. So, if you did $12 to $14, you get the idea. It'll be 20%. So overall, pretty good to see. We started to get some nice volume here. And as you can see today, I think we had an 8 ETH buy just come in and just kind of really rip the price higher here and got sold back into, and we kind of hung out at the central pivot here. So, as I say, the central pivot tends to act as a magnet. And as you can see here from the previous week before, we actually did come down and test the previous week's central pivot. So it's just kind of funny how that works and how it's working right now. So you have the central pivot that came back and touched and all the way back down to $10 after it did touch here. So definitely some opportunity here to trade. And another thing that I found interesting, from the previous video we had was showing the liquidity levels and what prices where the bytes are being provided. And we had a very large wall at about this price at about 44 to 41. And those tokens are gone now. So as less tokens are on the market, whether it's ETH or Bytes, you'll get a lot more volatility. So that's exactly what we have going on right now. There's just not too many bytes on the market. So, for example, there's only 215 bytes in this next level here. So, a couple $1,000s is going to move the price, a few percent. So just wanted to point that out. And yeah, we got this top resistance at $18 here. So as I've said before, I'm not ready to start liquidity providing yet. I feel like there's just too much upside for the token. Tomorrow, we're going to be uploading the season 2 Neo Tokyo Citizen. So yeah, there could be some hype. There could be some cool stuff going on. You never know what can happen, especially with the price of bytes. So I'm not going to be putting my bytes to work. I'm just going to be holding now and seeing what happens here. So on the bytes to Ethereum chart here, much closer to this first support here. And, as I said, you don't necessarily have to wait until these resistances and supports are hit, but it's just a good indication, a good way to calculate what your risk to reward is, right? If you took the buy here at 31, well, the downside is maybe we come back down to 27, right? That's kind of the downside. So and then you have this upside to about 44, right? So that's what we have going on here. So overall, looking really good. And this pattern too, where you move lower and use this central pivot as a magnet, and it's kind of like a catapult where, like a jumper getting ready to jump, they kind of spring down, and then once it's ready to go, it goes. So that's exactly what we saw here, and it looks pretty good overall. So like I said before, the liquidity pool is looking pretty low right now. There's nothing too crazy going on as far as resistance and support. So it's just going to be based on demand right now. So another good indicator we got here is we're starting to tick up on the overall new holders coming into the market. So another 7 holders coming in here. And I think especially after tomorrow, we're going to get some more holders coming in. So overall, that's what we need to grow the price. Because if we have just the people inside Neo Tokyo accumulating, that's not the if it's just coming from within the Neo Tokyo community, that's not going to grow the price. We need to bring outside use and outside money into the ecosystem here and bring this holder amount up. So the supply is going up, and as you can see, the market cap went up with the price. And just to end on the overall macro market, we left off on the 28th, and I was ready for more money to come back into the bond market, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw a lot of money come into the bond market, lowering interest rates down to 2.32. So on the previous video, as you saw, I mentioned that we had this bullish divergence pattern setting up, and that's exactly what we had over the last 3 days here. And yeah, so what that means is we're in a very steady and stable position. So people are just taking money off the table. They're going to, over the weekend, put money in something that they feel is more safe, which is bonds. And the result is money coming out of the stock market. So with the money coming out of the stock market, the same thing was true with the Bitcoin market. So we kind of went from a risk-on environment where people are ready to take risk, and now people are de-risking. So some numbers to look for is 44,000 for support, and for Ethereum, I don't have that chart right now. I'm going to get this Ethereum. I have a different chart that I made with my account for TradingView, and I'll get that started for you guys, and we'll go ahead and check that. But I believe it's actually $3,000 for Ethereum is a pretty decent target, but who knows, right? The price can just keep going up. It's really just a guess, but if you were to want to add, this would be where you don't want to add now, right? You want to add on the dips and take advantage of the fear. So that's basically it. Let's just finish off with the overall Neo Tokyo floors here. So 17.57, about the same as the week before, nothing too crazy there. And the S2 set is up slightly, maybe another 1,000 from the week before. So definitely some momentum moving here and some nice volume coming in as well. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll just end the video here, and I will catch you later.